Hi, Miss Coin. So this is my review on 1915's Birth of a Nation. The Birth of a Nation. Hang on. That's better. So, the movie's about this guy and his friends who. This guy has a daughter and he goes to war. And his daughter, over the years, writes letters to him as he holds a I'm sorry, I just woke up at yeah. Been stressing over this movie just to get it done. The movie's 3 hours long. Just had to cross something off. So, anyway. So this guy goes to war and he's the one, he's on looking at this pretty girl, a picture of this pretty girl, like, who I guess was his ex. Anyway, he gets injured in war. And the Americans win the war. And so his friend, who was on the American side, uh, brings him to recovery and brings him to the hospital where all the people in the war got injured and they're recovering, and they're going to kill him anyway after he recovers. So they want him to recover only so they're going to, give him the old execution. So his girlfriend and his mother go to Abe Lincoln to make him a United States citizen, and he does it, and he's doesn't get killed, so he goes home, but he reunites with his family, and his best friend is on a date with this girl, and Abe Lincoln is there, and what is it called? Opera House, I think. So Abe gets killed because this guy that was supposed to watch Abe stay outside, watch over Abe to make sure no one breaks in and tries to assassinate him, stops doing his job so he can watch the show of the opera. And he's the reason why Abe Lincoln got killed, because he just couldn't help himself to not do his job and to watch the show. And he avoids his duty so he can watch the show that Abe Lincoln and everyone else is watching. So rather than doing his job, he decides to watch the show. And after that, everyone finds out. The news gets spread and everyone's grieving over it. And the movie just stops stops there for a little bit as having his intermission. So now the second part happens a little years later. Takes place a little years later. After this, hey Dad? Dad? What's that cult called? Starts with a K. Huh? What? I can't hear you. You're in the bathroom? Oh, okay. trying to see what the cult's called. So anyway,
What do you want to?
what's that cult called?
Huh?
That cult. What's that called?
Ku Klux Klan?
The Ku Klux Klan.
Uh-huh.
Thanks. So anyway, after this, these white people and the black people have a come together cult meeting of whether this guy should be free or not, and he's free, and is the captain now. Which happens a little after these black guys had this cult meeting. Then the Ku Klux Klan comes to town. Turns out the main characters part of the cult of the Ku Klux Klan. And his daughter knew about it. And I guess part of the cult. And his girlfriend, who this other guy is stalking their relationship, which makes her girlfriend finding out this makes their relationship a little complicated, but they still work out. So anyway, this black guy tries to marry his main character's daughter by force, by keep on chasing after her, literally, and till she jumps off and takes her life off of a cliff. And this leaves the main character in a stage of grief and wanting revenge for his daughter's death. So him and the other Ku Klux Klan members gets revenge on this black guy and his boss, who's been stalking the relationship between him and his girl throughout the film. And all's going so well so far until one of the members of the main villain of the story gets someone saw the Ku Klux Klan costume and gets mistaken this old guy who's a friend of this main character and who's a family member gets mistaken for the Ku Klux Klan when it's really our main character. So they're about to execute him. How am I doing? Am I missing anything? No. And our main villain of the film wants to marry this guy's daughter and asking for his blessing, which is this guy's daughter is main character's girlfriend. So he doesn't approve, and he decides to say screw his busting and just marry her anyway. So he tries to marry her by force, but the Ku Klux Klan comes to the rescue and puts a stop to the madness and the slaughter of the white people, innocent white people, who again wrongly convicted of being in the cult, and who again executed and put in jail, and take away from their families and loved ones by the black people. Who is, and their leader is this main bad guy who I don't know. Main bad guy whose name I don't know. So anyway, the Ku Klux Klan, our main character and his friends and family save his friend who was accused of being the Ku Klux Klan's. There we go. Oh, you went to bed? Okay. Love you. He was fast. So, I know it's very complex. The story has lots of twists and turns. So, then him, our main character, and his friends, after they save this guy's skin from being accused and about to be executed for being in the cult, gets rescued. They're all hunted down by the black people who also whip the black people. Who our main character is the leader of. That's in one scene, and it's never brought up again later in the film. So, it's pretty depressing scene. The film's well edited and has good action, and sometimes the acting can be a little goofy, but most of the times it's actually pretty solid. And anyway, so anyway, so him and his friends get hunted down, and to the point when they almost to a serious, sad point. And some extra Ku Klux Klan members come to the rescue to save their skin. And it ends with them people, the people preaching, thanking the God of War and Jesus Christ. And when there's a bunch of corpses on the ground of white people, and there's the white people who are thanking the gods. And I'll admit this is as weird as the film gets for me. But anyway, how the film ends, it ends with our main character and his girlfriend on a picnic together, happily together. Look, I'm too tired to give this, 2 thumbs up. Because I'm very tired. That didn't make sense. And so it's getting a thumbs up. Yeah, I'm thinking if I want to do 2 thumbs up forever, or if I would just want to do thumbs up. So, trying to think which would be easier for me. So I haven't quite made up my mind, so yeah, thumbs up. I say it's worth giving a watch and spending 3 hours and 7 minutes of your life. And that's my review on see what I just crossed off? That's the first movie from 1915 that was released in this country, America. Now, apparently there's some serious controversy around this film, but I don't see why. I mean, it's not bad. I know what the Ku Klux Klan is. Then the black people was the exact reverse in real life, but it does this fictional take on the Ku Klux Klan, pulls off fairly well, I think. I mean, it's as much fictional as Bohemian Rhapsody. I like that film, but let's be honest, they made up a lot. I like the film, but yeah, they made up a lot of stuff in that film. But since we're taking real events and making it a lot of it fiction is a bad thing. Since when is that a bad thing, and since when have we stopped doing it? So yeah, I don't think that this movie deserves the reputation it has gotten. I think we'll need to lay up on this film because, you know, it is a movie. The movie's based on the true stories and stick with their source material as much as you can. They at some point they do say screw the source material and make a lot of fantasy shit. So yeah, that's all I gotta say about this movie. I really liked it.